with the Lobo fan with whom we spoke yesterday, and I got it all around my day yesterday. Well, I don't know. They're not that good. How do you know? You made that call after one game against Southern Utah. That's how you know. And somehow you're going to know against South Alabama. So the first game with the two new guys, well, they're not that good. I thought they were going to be better. Really? I mean, the stuff I heard yesterday was at a Lobo fan, and I get it, man. I know you got a high expectation. I don't even want to say high standard, because a high standard to me, Amory, means that the standard has been set by performance. And I don't think that there's been a high performance standard around here in the last decade. So I wonder where this high demand comes from, that beating Southern Utah by 89, 81, was it 8 points, 7 points, whatever it was the other night, isn't good enough for some fan. And I don't get it. And I think it could be dangerous as far as a fan. You could be in for a long season if nothing's good enough.
When is a win going to be good enough, Jeff?
It's
I
not.
don't understand. What do they want? What do these sort of fans want? A win is a win.
Yeah, I go back and I refer to this all the time. There was a game, and I believe it was when Craig Neal was coaching. And maybe it was because it was Craig Neal and nothing he did was good enough. But they won a game on the road. I want to say it was at Fresno State. It was a Thursday night game or something. They won the game on the road by 4. It might have even been San Jose State. They won the game on the road in league play by 4 points. It came in the morning, figure you always kind of think you have a pulse of what's going on, right? You think you know where it's going. Cowboys won or Lobos won, lost, whatever. You kind of have an idea where you think the show's going to go. And the Avalanche that morning was how brutal the Lobos are, and they're in trouble. And wait, they won on the road in conference last night. Yeah, but they only beat them by 4 points. And they turn the ball over and they look like crap. And I'm like, whoa. It was one of the most bizarre mornings. And I've been doing this for 14 and a half years. I've been doing this show. And that's one of the few that just sticks out to me. And I got a little bit of that yesterday after one game, and not even necessarily on the show. And you guys, look, I've done this long enough. I know, Amory, the phones ring when they lose. Everybody wants to yell and complain when they lose and when they win a game, and even the opener. And I was a little surprised at the lack of correspondence yesterday in regards to Lobo basketball. There was some, right? Nobody wants to talk about them when they win. You only want to complain when they lose. And I wonder who, I always wonder who the people are that complain. Are you really a fan? But that's fine. But yeah, when will it be good enough? It's a really long retort to your question. You got to win by whatever that fans' expectations are. Maybe that's cover. Maybe it's every game's got to be by 15 or more points. I don't know, but certainly for a number of people, yesterday or the opener wasn't big enough. And I tell you, I think it's because you have no idea what Southern and look, Southern Utah start 2-6, and I'll get that email, and that's fine. That's fine. See, they're not very good, and the Lobos stink, and okay. But 89-81 for some people, it was way too close because they don't know who Southern Utah is, and that's a cupcake that was coming in the pit. So the answer is I don't think ever. I mean, I don't know.
Let's focus on the positive. Call when they win. Let's talk about it.
You know people don't do that.
I know.
You know people don't call when they win.
I know.
You're welcome to it. 505-246-0610. That's area code 505-246-0610. You can call or send email. We'll get the emails. We'll get the text at some point. At some point today, I'll get my emails as well. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. When JJ's back, he's out today. Tonight, Mountain West, Boise State will open up at home. They are 6-point favorites over South Dakota State up in Boise. Wyoming will go at it on Thursday against Nicholls State, and then you get a full slate on Friday in the Mountain West. And I told you the big one for the Mountain West is BYU will be in San Diego to play the Aztecs at Viejas Arena. I don't see a spread on that yet. Fresno State, UC Santa Barbara. Bradley, that's an interesting matchup at Utah State. That's actually a really nice game, a Missouri Valley Conference team going into the Cache Valley to play. Amory, I'm going to ask you to whisper in my ear since I don't have that capability either. So when we're ready to go there, I'll go there as well. We'll get into the NFL today too, because your week will start on what day is today? Today's Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Yes, I'm so jacked up with the days. Your week will start tomorrow with the Falcons and the Panthers, and so we'll do that. Do you want me to take that, or is that no? I only see one. Do you want me to go to break? Is that where you want me to go? All right. I'll take Lobo Joe. What's up, Joe? How you living?
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Oh, thanks for jumping in. What's up?
Yeah, so I went to the Lobo game on Monday night, and our backcourt is absolutely stacked.
Yeah.
House and Mashburn, I believe they combined for 47 points, correct?
That's correct. 24 and 23 is 47, yes.
I mean, like, you can't get much better than that. And then you got other guys coming off the bench. I'm still trying to, learn the names and numbers and stuff. But I think that Southern Utah team was incredibly resilient. The Lobos had a pretty big lead and controlled most of that game. And I was impressed at how Southern Utah wouldn't back down. Dude, and number 55 was making shots from all over the court.
Yeah, banking in.
How can you compete against that?
Yeah, that's right.
But at the end of the day, the Lobos got the win, and they did it in a strong fashion because you had a lot of contributing players all over the roster, and that's a very good sign for Lobo basketball. And honestly, I think there's going to be a lot more excitement and bigger and better wins coming this season. I think we're going to be pretty dang good, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Joe. So Joe was good with it. Look, it's your first game. It was a first game in, and I mean, I know you expected, mid-February type play. It was your first game in. Ernie, how'd you feel about it? Good morning.
Hey, Jeff. I was listening, and you know what the odds makers had it, by the way?
Yeah, at 6.5.
It was eight points.
No. Was that
the last I saw it was 8 points.
Okay.
And so they know something that some other people that are calling and complaining don't know. That 55 is a transfer from I can't remember, Illinois or whatever it is. He's a good player. And hey, we got a good team, but it's our fault. We need to get more fans at the game to support these players. We need to be there. We need to make noise. We need to help them when they struggle and give them the lift. So I think sometimes we got to look at ourselves instead of the players. I think we're going to have a great year this year. I'm really excited about it.
All right, so you felt good coming in. That was a good enough, like a good win, a good opener for you.
Yeah, that's what the odd maker said. They know better than us right now. It's the first game in, and there's you got to get the jitters out, and so I think we're going to be fine. But I think we need to support our teams. We need to be there. We need to not knock them. We need to not look in the rear view mirror about what has happened in the past and look at what we're dealing with now. These players are the current players. Let's support them. Let's get behind them, and let's rally this team.
Right on, Ernie. Appreciate you. Thanks.
All right, man.
See you. Ernie called at 505-246-0610. You can as well. If you want to get in, 505-246-0610. Your emails will come in. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. Coming up at 8:30 this morning, Sebastian Noel, voice of the people. We'll talk high school sports. I want to continue on this path. So Ernie and Joe both came in and said, look, I thought it was pretty good. They were both pretty satisfied with the opening victory. Where were you as the Lobos open up with a victory at home against Southern Utah, right on the number, tough game, gritted it out, and won a game at home? 505-246-0610. Hey, many men and women struggle with hair loss and don't know where to go. If you are concerned about thinning hair, you should know about industry-leading cutting-edge treatments to reverse that trend and restore your hair. NuMale is helping men and women feel better, helping them look better and getting their hair back. NuMale's medical professionals will walk you through the process. You'll choose the procedure that's best for you, from platelet-rich plasma hair therapy, which uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle, stop hair loss and regrow hair, to an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser proven to regrow hair. They also have NeoGraft hair transplants, produce natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. Men, ladies, you can find NuMale at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or online at NuMale, NuMale.com. Guys, NuMale is also helping men all over the country deal with things like fatigue, depression, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction, their testosterone replacement has been feeling better and performing better. It's time to take care of those things. So call NuMale and schedule an appointment. Right here in Albuquerque, 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or online at NuMale.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
An inexplicable day, crazy day. That was good enough. But in a game like this, like I mean, I don't know. You don't know anything about South Alabama. I'll learn a lot about South Alabama. But what is good enough? 505-246-0610. Good morning, JT.
Morning, Jeff.
How you living?
How are you today?
I'm getting better, thank you. How are you today?
rolling down the blacktop. Just, this topic always gets to me. So here we go. When you go down that yellow brick road of emails in this town, Jeff.
Yeah.
I think you know what you're going to get.
Yeah,
so
I'm aware.
Most of them are idiots. Yes, I said idiots. And I can't remember the main one, but, these are the people that don't go to the games, Jeff. The negativity in this town is stupid. Instead of appreciating what we have, it's always why we can't do anything, right? And then crying and complaining about it instead of doing something about it, right? So I went to the game, like I go to every game.
Yep.
What's the preseason for, Jeff? The pre-conference schedule for Division I teams?
It's for a number of things, JT. I mean, it's to win games. You got to win games, so it's not about 3 days in Vegas. But it is to figure out who you are. I mean, I don't know that I don't consider preseason. It's pre-conference or non-conference. But you got to win. You got to win a lot of those games. And the bottom line is they did.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, it's the first game. It's the first game. Southern Utah Division I, right?
Yeah, they play in the WAC.
Right?
Yeah, they're in the WAC. They were in Big Sky last year.
And they got about 3 guys that can play up. They can play for the Lobos. Okay, we're not that great. I don't know who thinks we're like the greatest things in sliced bread. Okay, we're not. But what we do need is people to support the team. Okay. You emailers, just go away. Please just do something else in your life. Go away. We don't need you. What we need people to do is stop crying and complaining about it and go to the games and help our team win games. I mean, these are Division I players. They put on their shorts, one leg at a time like us, right?
Yep, they're on scholarship too.
I get so tired of it, but I'm going to lose you guys. So,
all right.
Let's go, Lobo fans. Let's go to every game. Let's just support the team. That's it.
See you, JT.
Gotta go.
All right, be careful out there. All right, so the dude that somebody referred to earlier, number 55, the guy who scored, Tavian Jones, who had the 6 3-pointers and scored 28 points, the guy who Jamal Mashburn referred to, pretty good, man. I mean, look, he's pretty good. He transferred from Illinois, that Illinois, the Big Ten Illinois. I mean, he's a baller. They got Division I transfers on there. They're a Division I team. They get a transfer from Cal State Northridge and from Central Michigan, and I know none of that blows your socks off because some of you, and I hate lumping all of you into the same boat, but I think it was the 3 guys who called all said they heard the same thing too, right? It's I guess I want to walk you off the bridge. Because and JJ says this all the time, and he's so right. You're a sports fan, right? Why are you a sports fan? Why are you a Lobo fan? Well, I want him to win. But yet it's like you can't even enjoy the wins.
No, just miserable.
And I looked at a team the other day. To me, I saw a team that's going to figure out over the next bunch of weeks how to play with each other, how to play together, and won a tough, scrappy game, 89-81. Now, let's see, man. When Southern Utah comes back, when we look at it, they got games now against Laverne and St. Catherine and Bethesda. All right, I don't even know. Like honestly, that's their schedule. Then they go to Kansas. All right. And then they'll play a bunch of Big Sky schools. Texas State is Sunbelt, Montana State, Ohio State, Idaho State from the Big Sky, and Cal State Fullerton, and then Northern Arizona. They'll get Colorado, so they play 2 big, power schools, and then they'll jump into WAC play. And actually, they open up against New Mexico State. And we'll learn a lot more about them. And you're gonna, they could start out 4-0 or 3-1. You're gonna, oh yeah, they beat St. Catherine and Laverne. Who the hell are they, man? I mean, I used to date those guys. I got it. I heard it all. All I know is the Lobos went out in one game, and Amory, JJ has this all the time. Like, why do you watch sports? If you're going to be if it makes you miserable, even when you win, like more often than not, it doesn't end the way you want. Almost never does it end, especially if you're a Lobo fan, does it end the way you want it. You never get to that level that you're satisfied at the end. So if you're going to be a fan, why the hell wouldn't you go out and enjoy a game and beating a team? Well, Jeff, it's a cupcake. Then there's this one. Can I give you this one? Is this one I don't understand? Help me understand what Carl just said. That's not it. It wasn't Carl. It was, who the hell is it? Who is it? Just Dave? Somebody just asked me.
Was it a text?
Yeah, I'm looking through the emails. Anyway, somebody on the email said, why are they playing Southern Utah? And I will ask you, then put together their
Who do
schedule.
you want them to play?
Thank you.
Who do you want them to play?
Thank you. Is that not regional enough, or it's not good enough? It should only be Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado State, Texas, Texas Tech. Look at everybody's schedule, man. Understand how these things are put together. Well, why did the women go on the road? Because every once in a while, they got to go away from the pit.
Once in a while, when you start your season, it's an away game. Everyone needs a home game. It's not one thing, it's another thing.
Why do they play them? It's not good enough. All right, here comes South Alabama out of the Sun Belt. They're going to be good enough for you? Then you're going to go to SMU. Is that good enough for you? New Mexico State, good enough? I don't know. Jacksonville State's coming in for. They're going to be in Conference USA next year. Who the hell do you think you are? Like honestly, I hate saying that. I really, 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 really don't like being that guy. But where does Lobo fan get off? Like why are we having to play Southern Utah? Probably kind of like when, I don't know, SMU's probably going, why do I got to play New Mexico? I just don't understand. Like, to that emailer, go ahead, put me their schedule together. Who do you want to play? Should it just be Arizona State and, UCLA should come here, and then Duke should come in next? Maybe Oregon will come in. All right, we'll do a road trip. We'll go on the road once. We'll go to Arizona State or Arizona. And if we have to leave the pit. But we have the pit. I just... Where are you coming from? You won the game, man. You're 1-0. I think it's positive. I think your backcourt looked terrific. Your big guys were in foul trouble. Let's see what they do on Friday against South Alabama. How they make those adjustments. How they stay out of foul trouble. Watch when you get those guys into a little bit of a groove. You didn't play with Forsling. He was hurt. Right? You didn't get. I mean, I'm looking at the box score and who played and who didn't play. We didn't even see Emmanuel Quach. Jalen Tovar played 23 minutes, got you 7 rebounds. I mean, you only turned the ball over 12 times in the opener. I thought that was positive. And with all due respect, you're going to play a bunch of tight games. I got no problem, by the way, Marie, having a team get experience in tight games early in a season. I have no problem. There was a team, a Steve Alford team went 30-2, 30-3, whatever, one of those number 3 seeds in the NCAA tournament teams. And there were so few tight games throughout the season that they didn't play in any. They didn't have any experience. I think it's good to play in a few of these. I'm walking away from that one. I thought they played well. I thought that was a good win. What they shoot, their shooting percentage was 48%, 48.3. They got out rebounded. You got to work on that. But I walked away from that one thinking, all right, it's a good start. I feel decent about where they're going to go. Where are you with that? 505-246-0610. I'm listening. I'll get you the emails too, but I'm listening. It's the opening drive. Jeff and A. Marie on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Dreamstyle Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dreamstyle Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
5.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
8:30, Sebastian Noel's going to be here. 8 o'clock, we're going to talk about NIL and young lady athletes who are just banking. Like more than your 4th-string quarterback who's selling sopapillas over at Sadie's. Or tacos and nachos and stuff. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with what he's doing, by the way.
No, absolutely not.
Nothing wrong with it. But I mean, there are some young ladies, and one of you just sent me a story, which is pretty amazing. All right, 505-246-0610. We're talking a little bit basketball a little bit, and I've asked you, A. Marie said, when's a win good enough? And I just told you, some of the stuff I was listening to yesterday, people with whom I spoke when I was just in my day. I don't know, the Lobos sluggish start, huh? And I'm like, what do you mean? They won the game. Yeah, but God, they should have beat that team by 40. Why? Why do you think they should have beat that team by 40? Well, I mean, it's Southern Utah. Yeah, what do you know about Southern Utah? I just, all of a sudden.
They're assuming.
I know.
And just like what you said earlier, people assume that about us probably when they come play in New Mexico.
Yeah, all of a sudden, you're Duke or UCLA. Well, we should be blowing them out. And by the way, teams are getting pressed all over the place. Georgetown got pressed by Coppin State overtime last night. Providence got pushed by Rider. Oklahoma got beat at home the other day. Who did I tell you beat Oklahoma the other day?
Oh,
Florida Gulf Coast. I'll tell you again who it is. But Florida Gulf Coast beat USC the other day. Beat them badly, right? Sam Houston.
Yes, sorry. No.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was in yesterday's,
I forgot.
It's in yesterday's notes. Sam Houston. This mess happens, you guys, but I just don't know where people are like. I just don't understand where this program has been. over the last decade, and how a win like that isn't something to be. It is positive. You should be stoked about it. And like Jamal said on the radio, Jamal Mashburn was with us. Maybe a year ago they don't win that game, right? Their bigs get in foul trouble. They get pressed down the stretch. They got a hot shooter on the other side, a dude that's just pouring buckets in from all over the court. Maybe they don't win that game a year ago, but they did on Monday. Next up, South Alabama. South Alabama opens up their season tonight. They play, I want to say Mobile or something, and then it'll be a quick turnaround, quick trip to get out here, and it's a Sun Belt team, but that's who they get. 505-246-0610. Hey, if you're into it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I've got your emails. Lobo Hobo says here. Why is Lobo basketball, Lady Lobos, playing the 7th and 6th preseason picks in the wax, Jeffy? Lobo Hobo, I'm going to ask you, who should they be playing? He said, I'm not saying play Puke or Kansas, but what about the 6th place club in those leagues? We've at least heard of those programs. And I'm going to tell you again, just because you haven't heard of them doesn't mean they're no good. So they were picked 7th in the WAC. So if they played the 6th place team, and I don't know who was 6th, if they played Tarleton, who, by the way, gave somebody a hell of a scare the other night, lost by 3 on the road to a Big Ten team. If they'd have played Tarleton and Billy Gillespie, would you have felt better about it? Lobo Hobo, you know you wouldn't have. I'm going to ask you again, and I'll ask you specifically since you sent that email. Go ahead and make their schedule. Why is New Mexico too good to play Southern Utah? When Providence can play Rider, when Georgetown can play Coppin State, when Longwood goes to Duke. I mean, just go look up and down the schedules. Why can all those teams play somebody, but you're too good to play Southern Utah? With all due respect, you're wrong. That's all. You're not. It's not right. And then what, is South Alabama not good enough to play? Is SMU not good enough? Were they not picked high enough in the? Oh, but you've heard of SMU, so that's okay. Since you've heard of them, it's okay. Look, I'm not telling you they're playing the strongest schedule in America. I'm not. I'm also telling you that they've not been the best team in America over the last decade. But how do you? Who do you want them to play? And where do you get off thinking that you're too good to play Southern Utah? I just, for the life of me, I don't understand it. 505-246-0610. I'm listening, though. I will listen to you. 2 girls on, this says. Jeffrey, no, Juan, Jose, Ana Maria, regresando, gato Estefe. The question here it is again. It's from Dan. The question I heard repeatedly yesterday is, why are Lobo basketball and Lady Lobos even playing Southern Utah? It's like Maine. No, it's not. There's absolutely no upside to playing those kind of opponents. Why are you better than playing a team in the WAC? Should you stop playing New Mexico State too? But this is what kills me. Okay, so there's that attitude, but they want to play Arizona State or Arizona or Texas Tech or Baylor, and the same exact conversation can be made by their fans. Why would you play New Mexico? Who are they? It says right here, there is absolutely no upside in playing those kind of opponents. Then conversely, Dan and Lobo Hobo, why, if that's your point, why on earth would the teams you want to play, and I don't care if it's Wichita State or Gonzaga or USC or Arizona State or UCLA or whoever it is you want to play, Utah, BYU, if that's your thought process on the scheduling, why would they play you using that logic?
I have never heard a fan base like this before.
It's unbelievable,
I have
right?
worked, I know you have too. I have worked all over the country in a West Coast, East Coast market, and I've never heard a college program be so worried or upset about what teams they play.
Like somehow,
whether it's a homecoming game you're playing or a D1 big school. Like, I've never ever heard this before, ever.
Well, you compared it, like global football's too good to play Maine.
Why?
But all these SEC teams are going to play the Citadel and North Alabama State, A&M or whatever. I mean, right? Longwood in November, they all take that bye week. Like, I think it's this week that all the college football teams are going to do that. but somehow you're too good to. Again, Dan Lobo Hobo, I'm listening. Help me. Converse it then. Why would those teams play you? If that's the way you feel about it, and explain to me why somehow you're better than them. You know what? I'm going to look it up during the break. What are the odds? Well, I'm going to guess Southern Utah didn't have a better net than New Mexico did last year. But New Mexico's net was like in the 160s, right? Mm-hmm. It's not like you're helping teams get to the NCAA tournament. In fact, you were holding other people's numbers down. I'm not here to scold you. I just don't understand it. Why? I mean, enjoy an opening victory. It was an opening game. Now, the women didn't win. That's on them. Go win this freaking game. If you're better than them. Wait, why are we playing them? Oh, they beat you? Well, evidently you're not that much damn better than they are you? All right, 505-2. I just don't get it. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive. Jeff and A. Marie on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
So we approach the halfway point of the second half. Penny Hashigan's behind the defense now. A chance to knot this. It's a 2-goal game as Penny Hashigan gets a beauty from her sister Maddie Hashigan.
Well, here it's still 14-7, 3rd and 15. Montoya, it's just a draw. Stovall breaks one. He gets a block, and there it is, first down. How about Stovall? But I'll tell you what, it was the block of Makai Gonzalez that sprung that one free.
The stiffness in those balls they have today.
Pascal Bell's going to keep it. He sees a huge hole up the middle. Now he cuts to the sideline. He's got one more man to beat. Pascal Bell is going to go in for the touchdown. No, they marked him short.
For her team as she feeds that one.
Wow, great ball, Ed.
Savannah Sanchez, can she get number 2? She dishes it to Solis.
Unselfish. How unselfish was that play?
Amazing.
What a beautiful ball dished off for the guaranteed goal. I love it.
Help these guys out.
He's out in motion at the top. They'll hand it up the middle instead. Huge hole. He's shot out of a cannon, and he is in. It's a touchdown for Andres Villalobos.
Castro, there's the screen. It's complete. Oh, he escapes the first tackler, breaks a tackle. Nothing but green, rumbling, stumbling. He could go all the way. That's Kenneth Size. Sizes up the end zone for 6. With the body language, Jackson went to the sideline and gave his coach a little bit of a handshake. Oh.
Interception right into the hands of Gabe Pino, and Pino's off to the races. It's a touchdown for Volcano Vista. It's a pick 6 for Pino. Score on a 47-yard run for Villalobos. The extra point was no good, and it's 14-6. Smashed it off. Byron Cooper alongside 30-yard line is where this one will start here. And he's going to keep it. This is Cordova looking for some room. Cordova's got some room. He cuts back up the middle. Can they chase him down? No. T-Sizzle is going to the house. It's a touchdown for Tristan Cordova.
Every time I see Cordova.
Lovington can be dangerous from here.
We'll see what they do. Lucas Contreras, he goes for goal, and he's got it! He's done that twice in his career, and this time it puts his team ahead on the Hope Christian Huskies. welcome back here. Right on time for the second half. He goes for goal, and he makes it.
Are you kidding me? Brian Ramirez saw the keeper sleeping, and he just did him right off the kickoff. Oh, my goodness.
Even if they're not that proud of us. Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. Don't sweat the technique. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Cindietta, and J.J. Buck.
Sometimes we get into these little ruts, right? We get into these stories. They just happen, and we have these conversations. And I'm not going to do this all day, but I'm going to. I don't even know at this point of the season how Ken Palm and some of these net rankings come out. Right now, current Ken Palm rankings, UNM's ranked 138 out of 351 teams. For reference, New Mexico State's 141, UTEP's 171. They've all played a game. The team that was in here the other day, Southern Utah, is 168, so they're 30 spots behind you. I don't know how that puts you in a different atmosphere, stratosphere, class that somehow you shouldn't be playing them. The team that's coming in on Friday, South Alabama, has not played a game yet. They'll play their opener tonight. They're number 219. So you're all relatively in the same middling atmosphere according to the current Ken Palm. Again, I don't even know how Ken Palm and these rankings come out. It's all strength of schedule, and you got to give this time to play out. But just want to give you an idea on numbers. I'm going through last year's final net rankings, and I'll give you those numbers too to give you a comparison. Rudy, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Well, I can't speak for other people, but I can tell you where this all had its progeny. And it was Mark Smith every year when Dave Bliss was coach doing his articles about the quote-unquote parade of patsies coming to the pit.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that, if you're around for that. But all of that, when your paper is an opinion leader and that's what they're throwing out there, some people gobble it up like it's candy. And so they like to get on your show and show how intelligent they are by saying something outrageous, Jeff. And most of those people don't know any more about college sports than they know about how to fix a car. So what you end up with is a lot of uninformed people trying to act like they know everything. I watched the game last night. Did you watch Providence?
I didn't see Providence. No, I didn't watch hoops last night. I did not.
Okay. So number one, who's Providence? You ask any Lobo fan, basketball fan, they'll tell you they know who Providence is, right? They've been around forever. They're a fixture in college basketball. Who's Ryder? Ryder had the ball with 10 seconds left and a chance to beat Providence on their own court.
Yeah.
That's basketball. That's sports.
Look at Coppin State and Georgetown last night.
Absolutely. And you're going to see a lot of that, especially early in the season, because people, go to a basketball practice and watch how much Pitino and the team work. If you'd have told me before the game that the Lobos were going to win by 8, that Josiah Alec and Morris Udeze were going to be in foul trouble all night, and that Josiah wasn't going to score a point, I'd have told you that I don't think the Lobos can win.
Let me ask you this. Do you know what Southern Utah's record was last year or what their because this is going to be interesting to people. Do you know?
Absolutely.
Okay. What was their
record? They were 23 wins. I don't know how many losses, but they won 23 games.
They were 21-12 last year. Their net ranking, the final net ranking, was 164. Do you know what New Mexico's net ranking was last year at the end?
Probably in the 200s.
All right. So this is again, why are we playing them? Last year they were 164. New Mexico was 165. They were right next to each other. New Mexico was 11-19. Southern Utah was 21-12. That wasn't some garbage inter-squad, intramural club that came in here the other day, and people are losing their mind that you only won the game by 8. You won the game by 8. It's a nice start to your season.
Well, because, that's why I'm saying there are some people out there that think that if we're not playing Georgetown and UCLA in our preseason, then we're not any good, and these other teams, how can they be good? There's literally millions of good basketball players in this country. And some of them can't qualify to get into UNM because if you transfer, you can't have D's on your transcript. I don't know if people understand that.
Yeah, look, there's a lot that goes into it.
So there's a lot of moving parts here that people don't understand. Here's what you need to understand. Get to the pit and support the Lobos. That's your job as a fan. That's your job. If you call it a job. I love going to the games. I love watching college basketball. And if the Lobos are going to win a lot more games than they're going to lose this year. And, switch gears real quick to the women. I wasn't there. I didn't watch the game. Yeah. I heard parts of it, but there's a good team. And there's a reason Southern Utah's women are moving up. And they had a huge team, and UNM's got to learn a very important lesson. You're not going to win every basketball game if you don't rebound. At least keep your margin down to 1 or 2. They got blew out because they couldn't rebound the ball against a bigger team, and those second chance points came back to haunt UNM. So you can't just outscore people. And these are all lessons that you learn early in the preseason before you start conference play.
Yep.
My final thought is this. People quit writing in to the Sports Speak Up about let's bring back soccer. It's not coming back, and we're not getting rid of football. So you either embrace the fact that it's a long rebuild because that's how college sports is constructed. You're not going to go out on the waiver wire and find Odell Beckham. Now, in the transfer portal, you might be able to. And the only thing that UNM football has to do is get their offense operating at a much higher efficiency level, and that takes some time. I don't know if people understand how bad the program was when Danny took it over, and you toss COVID on top of it. So knock it off, people. We're not dropping down. We're going to get this thing right. If you can't handle it, then do what they say in the, I guess it was Bambi. If you can't say something nice about somebody, don't say anything at all.
That's not how that works. You know that.
Yeah,
all
well,
right.
Some people just want to hear themselves on the radio condemning something because their own miserable life is so bad. But I don't buy into that. I've never bought into that.
Right.
This is a great university, and we're going to do great things here. And if you don't want to be part of it, I get that. But step aside and let the people that want to do something do their job without criticism.
Thank you, Rudy. I'll see you tomorrow.
1 year. Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it.
See you. All right. I'm not even getting into the football soccer thing. All right. The team is coming in here on Friday, South Alabama. Any idea what they were last year? Any idea? Because it's another one of those.
No.
Oh, how can we? Why are we playing them? All right. Again, I'm giving you final net numbers from last year, and I understand that your team is better, and I'm going to guess that those teams probably worked on getting better too. Okay. New Mexico, again, final net rankings. This is kind of the standard. New Mexico was 165th in the net rankings. The team that came in here that beat the other day was 164. South Alabama was 156. 17-12 in the Sun Belt. I mean, these are teams that, with all due respect, and hopefully your program does get to a point where they're better than this. This is where you are right now. Like, I guess I just don't understand this unjustified arrogance that why are we playing them? That we're way better than having to play that kind of crap. You're not. And Rudy said, you guys want to go out and play Duke and Arizona and UCLA and Oregon. And yet and again, I'm not throwing everybody in this bucket. Just those ones who are vocal that I got those emails. Why would they play you? As much as you don't want to play what you think is something inferior to you, why would use the same logic? This is how college basketball is. You're going to play a few of these, and you're going to play a few of those other ones. All right? But I'm just telling you, like I pulled out last year's. These are hard numbers. Net rankings, right? This is what the big accepted metric of the now, right? New Mexico was 165 in the net rankings last year. Well, Jeff, it's last year. I understand. Not that different this year right now. Team that you beat the other day was one spot in front of you, and the team that's coming in was 8 spots in front of you. You're all kind of right in the same bucket. And go out and beat them now. Go feel good about beating them. Go play well. That's what this time of year is all about. Learn about your team. But I just this whole why are we playing them? Who do you think you should be playing? Just asking. I don't get that answer though. That one doesn't come in. Who should we be playing? 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. When we come back, I'm going to tell the NIL money is bonkers, and it's not all about the quarterbacks. Let me just tell you that. Those gymnasts can make some money too. 505-246-0610. IPS watches my home. International Protective Service. You see them everywhere. IPS. They watch homes and businesses because the bad guys are out there trying to ruin things. Property crimes on the rise. Officer shortage continues. International Protective Services, affordable, private security that you can call and talk to them about their highly trained guards, armed guards, 24-hour patrols. Look, they've watched my house for years, and I've had a few incidents where the alarm's gone off and I've been out of town. They're there within 5 to 7 minutes. Nothing worse. Well, there's probably a few things worse, but it's not all that fun being on the road. No, your neighbors are calling you. The alarm company's calling you. Your alarm's going off, and you're out of town. And you're looking on your security cameras, and then you see IPS come, and you feel better about it. They're there within 5 to 7 minutes. Make sure everything's okay. We've had instances where I've been at away, and the garage door's open, and they sit there in the middle of the night, make sure nobody goes in the house, nobody does anything until somebody comes in and deals with it. They're looking out for you. Call IPS, protect what's important to you. They're committed to our city and to your protection. The number is 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
In college athletics, NIL, student athletes getting compensated monetarily for their name, image, and likeness, their influence. Hey, Marie, we thought immediately quarterbacks, star basketball players, right? Fourth string quarterbacks selling me sopapillas and nachos. That's what we all thought. The ladies are getting paid, and good for the ladies. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and A. Excuse me. And A. Marie. I just had a little breakfast, and I think someone might have gotten choked up. Who sent me this story? Somebody sent me this, and I appreciate it. Mike, thank you for this. A. Marie, I showed you the picture of this young lady named Olivia Dunn, the gymnast at Louisiana State University, LSU, right?
Yep.
Will you describe her, please?
She is a young lady in college that's very attractive and a really good athlete.
Okay, fair enough. Attractive, blonde. She's making reportedly up to $2 million a year in NIL. She posts provocative pictures, I guess, or dressed in ways that gentlemen enjoy watching it, looking at it. She's proud of her 7 figures. She's a blonde, bright smile, gymnast physique. She earns this amount of money by posting to her 8 million internet followers, Instagram and TikTok. She's sponsored by American Eagle Outfitters, Vuori Activewear. She lip syncs videos. She dresses in a way that gentlemen like to look at her. They're making money, man. This NIL thing is real, and you could do it. I mean, she could be at LSU or UNM for that matter. There's a young lady at Stanford, Haley Jones, an All-American guard basketball player, up for Player of the Year. She said she didn't want to play up her sex appeal, but A. Marie, she's still making a lot of money. Her endorsement income is driven by a social media image. She says portrays her as a lighthearted student athlete without an overtly provocative tone. A lot of ways to do this now. Quote, I don't post bikini pictures, not because I don't want to show my body. It's because that's not the top topic type of content that I want to post. And my audience isn't looking for that from me, end quote. So Haley Jones Incorporated is a top endorsement earner. She has endorsements with Nike, Beats by Dre, SoFi, Uncle Funky's Daughter, which is a hair care product company. And she is killing it, man. She says,
awesome.
Yeah, and look, she says, look, sex sells, and she understands that. But her point is, you can go outside wearing sweatpants and a puffer jacket, and you'll be sexualized. I could be on a podcast, and it could be just my voice, and I'll face the same thing. So I think it'll be there no matter what you do or how you present yourself. Absolutely. That's the society we live in, end quote. So she's like, well, let's monetize it. They're killing it, you guys. and good for these young ladies. You were telling me about the Cavendish sisters.
Mm-hmm. They're
down in
crushing
Miami,
it.
who were at Fresno State, and they were killing it at Fresno State. Then they went down to Miami, and they're killing the NIL game, killing it. It's pretty impressive. So I mean, we talk NIL, and every coach, every student athlete's got to think about it now. But it's not just about your quarterback or your starting point guard, although it is part. That's part of it. But somebody sent me a note on this. So what happens if she's the fourth best gymnast on the team? Glenn says, unintended consequences. Not only is there jealousy among fellow students and teammates, but if you have the bombshell little swimmer or gymnast who might be fourth or best on her squad making $1 million, and her head coach is only pulling in $250, it's not a healthy situation either. What are you gonna do? Can I just tell you, like, it doesn't work that way where you and I work, right? The guys in the offices are making more than we are, and they make sure of that. But in sports, it is not uncommon for the athletes to be making more than
you're
their
a
bosses.
product. You're your own product.
I mean, Russell Wilson's making $50 million a year. Do you think anybody else in that building's making, his bosses, the guys who hire and fire him, are making more than that?
I think their comparison, though, is he's a quarterback, and this girl might not be the best.
He might not even be the best quarterback on his team. But his comparison is the head coach is pulling in a quarter of what she's making, right? I mean, Aaron Rodgers is making way more than Matt LaFleur. Kirk Cousins is making more than my Aztec coach that's coaching your Vikings. That's just sports, man. I mean, that's just how it is. Like the head basketball coach over at UNM is making more than the athletic director, and the athletic director is his boss. I think he's making more than 2 times more, right? Head football coaches too. But the guy who's making half as much has the right to hire and fire. It's kind of weird dynamic, right? I mean, I can't think. I don't know. You have another industry where that is?
No, sports. A lot of endorsements, sponsors.
But even just straight salary.
Yep.
Give me another industry where the boss makes half of what the person working underneath him makes, or her. I don't have one. Do you? I mean, it just doesn't exist. So, yeah, I mean, is that an unintended consequence? I imagine it is. But that's just how it is. HB's replying to Rudy on the Mark Smith topic. He said, Jeff, Mark Smith hasn't been a beat writer for 10 years. Bliss has been gone for 20. How many calling the OD today even remember Bliss and Davos, let alone the parade of pit patsies? Fair enough. But I'm going to guess the people who are complaining about who are they beating might be the ones who remember that. You think there's a little something to that? I mean, I'm going to guess that's where that is. Harold's upset about volleyball. This is your volleyball caller, Anne-Marie. In Tom Paul Glazer's 4th season, Lobo volleyball should be better than 9th place. Better than being in a 5-team scrum battling for the final spot in the Mountain West Conference tournament. He's probably right. And he knows more about the Lobo volleyball than I do, so I don't know. 505-246-0610. We're going to get into high school playoffs here coming up at 8:30. Looking forward to having a conversation with Sebastian Noel, the voice of the people. And we'll get more into the NFL stuff. I've got a Live Golf story, Anne-Marie. There might be a couple of more big names leaving the living over to Live Golf. Do I need that? Is that something I need to know about? Okay. I may have more big names that are going over to Live Golf Tour. We'll do that coming up after we talk to Sebastian. Did you see California voters overwhelmingly voted no to sports betting yesterday?
I did not.
I guess it was like the most expensive ballot proposition in U.S. history. Boom. 2 groups, I guess, raised over $600 million in these competing efforts. On the ballot was to expand and capture a piece of the potential billion-dollar market in California. Voters said no. I wonder why.
Oh, I want to look into that because that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Money making.
Yeah, I mean, right?
Business.
They don't. If you figure you could just raise taxes and charge more on gas and then let people bet and get a piece of that. I don't know. I mean, when my mom comes here and we see gas at $3.45 and she's like, oh my God, that's so, it's like $5.25 there. It's almost $2 a gallon more gasoline in California on their taxes. I mean, why would they want to go allow betting when you could just tax me more than on every 10% sales tax, and it's amazing. I don't know what the reason was. So the No on Prop 26 campaign was funded by card rooms that stood to lose out. They said the measure would have given a handful of wealthy and powerful tribes the virtual monopoly on all the gaming in California. All right. No on 27 committee. So the people who said no said the proposal was based on deceptive promises and said the gaming companies behind it didn't write it for the homeless. They wrote it for themselves. All right. So they're like us, right? We can't bet on our phones, right? Is that right? That's why you got to go down to the casino every day?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, when we come back, high school sports playoffs continue this weekend. High school football, we'll talk with the voice of the people, Sebastian Noel from ProView Networks. That's coming up next. And then after that, a couple of more big names rumored to be going from PGA to LIV, like big names. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with with green stuff. One scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough. Back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Get back your phone calls coming up in a little bit. We welcome in now the voice of the people, the voice of ProView Networks, the guy who's watching this with such a keen eye, combing through it with a fine-tooth comb. He is Sebastian Noel. Good day, sir. How you living?
Good morning, guys.
How was the first full week of high school football playoffs for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good to see. There was a couple of really good games.
Yeah.
The Carlsbad Farmington game comes to mind, right? Where Carlsbad was less than a minute to go. Carlsbad has an 80-yard run, and they go for 2 for the win, and they don't get it. So Farmington hangs on for a 1-point win. That I wish I could have seen that one. And then obviously the Academy Bernalillo game we talked about.
7-6.
It was probably very ugly to watch, but it was exactly what we thought it would be, right? Kind of a low-scoring kind of drag out. So there were some good games.
So let's go to Farmington and Carlsbad. Scorpions win 34-33. They get the right to play La Cueva on Friday night at Wilson Stadium. Those two teams have been putting up numbers all year. They both can score, and they both did. And I don't know that I got a problem with the coach deciding, you know what, let's go win it. We watched Brian Kelly do it with LSU the other night against Alabama, and everybody's praised him. It's a great decision when it works, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have a problem with it either. I mean, especially you're playing on the road. So, yeah, I love it. I love that aggressive coaching.
They got a chance against La Cueva? Can they stop La Cueva?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and that's.
I mean, it's tough, right? And I know I talked to Coach Brandon back a little bit, and he wasn't thrilled about the potential of having to face a district opponent again. But that's just coach speak. I mean, because they put it on him. You know, now Farmington's got a nice team. Don't get me wrong. I don't want it to sound like I'm just disrespecting Farmington here. They got nice quarterback, Trell Griego. He's a bigger guy, but he can move in the pocket. He can get outside and run a little bit. He throws it pretty well. They have, in my opinion, probably the second best receiver in the state of New Mexico, guy that nobody knows about, sophomore Michael Beck. He's amazing, but not enough accumulation of weapons to compete with a team like La Cueva.
Well, the other one at the top of that bracket, Los Lunas beat Cibola 31-14. It was, I don't know if it's an upset. I mean, it was a 9 over an 8, but I don't think anybody's surprised by that. And now Los Lunas has to go play top seed Cleveland.
Yeah, Los Lunas is a nice team, Jeff. They have obviously quarterback Paul Sierramans, dual threat, really good at that. They got a couple of nice athletes. Fabian Trujillo plays both ways. He's a receiver, and he plays in the secondary. They got a secondary that can cover guys down the field without committing a lot of penalties. And then I think we saw that against Cibola. They did an okay job on Marcus Wilson, who's obviously a really hard guy to stay with down the field. I thought they did okay with him. When they played La Cueva, they handled La Cueva's receivers pretty well. But that being said, it's Cleveland. And so I just don't think they're going to have the offensive firepower to keep up with the Cleveland. But yeah, no surprise that they beat Cibola. Obviously, that wasn't a surprise. But a really nice team, which I think is excited about playing Cleveland. But yeah, I don't think that upset is going to happen.
He's Sebastian Noel, voice of the people from ProView Networks, who's with us. So quarterfinal 6A, all of them are going to be on Friday. Number 1, Cleveland versus number 9, Los Lunas. 4-5 matchup, Volcano Vista versus Hobbs down in Hobbs. Centennial will host Rio Rancho in a 3-6 matchup. In a Wilson Stadium, La Cueva, the 2 against number 7, Farmington. Best matchup, if you got to pick one, is it Volcano and Hobbs?
Oh, by far. I wish I was doing that game. Obviously that's in Hobbs, so they'll have a local crew on that game. But I think there will be a stream available. So just check out the NFHS network for that. I think that's a great matchup. Hobbs, they throw the ball about 90% of the time, right? So their running game is just short passes. And so they're really fun to watch. That's a tough team to prepare for because not a lot of teams play like that in the metro area. They don't come to the metro area a lot, so you don't get to see them a lot. But I think Volcano has such firepower offensively where even if Hobbs is totally in rhythm, I think Volcano will stay right there. No one's been playing the quarterback position any better than Elliot Pascal the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he's been absolutely amazing. So if they can ride that now, they have enough weapons with Cordova, with the Adrian Gonzalez running. Their defense is just good enough to get some stops when they need to. They're really quick to the ball. Yeah, I think that's going to be a great matchup.
All right, 5A, form held except for Gadsden. The 10 seed beat the 7 seed Los Alamos 44-21. So you got Artesia Valley, Deming Goddard, Piedra Vista Mayfield. Gadsden is at Roswell. Deming Goddard looks pretty fun.
I think that would be close. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what Valley can do at Artesia because Valley's a pretty good team. They have 2 really good athletes that are hard to stop, and that no team really has been able to stop with Ricky Henderson and Caden Ahola. But you're playing at Artesia, right? So that home field is real.
All right, I'm looking at 4A as well. We talked about the slugfest that was Academy Bernalillo. 7-6 was that final. Academy's now going to go up to Taos. Other quarterfinal games. Top-seeded Silver plays Aztec. 4-5 game is in Lovington. Portales versus Lovington. 3-6 is in Taos. Academy and Taos. And then Bloomfield, who's been playing really well all season long. It's a Moriarty team that put up 53 points in their game last week. What do you like?
Talk Portales, Lovington first. Lovington got off to that really bad start, but they played really tough teams, a classification or 2 above them. District starts, they just start playing really well. They run the table through their district. Now, obviously, Portales is a top team there in that classification. They're really, really good. But Lovington is really hot right now. I think that's going to be a close game. I wouldn't be surprised if I opened the paper the next day and Lovington won that game.
Do you really open the paper or are you going to go online? Which way do you?
Do
you open and sit back? No, it's cool if you do. I'm good if you do. No, some people still really like just sitting back and opening the paper and getting the ink on their hands and having their coffee and going through it. It's okay that you do.
The only time I see a newspaper is if I'm driving Steve Davis somewhere.
Fair enough. No, that's right.
Okay.
I understand. I think the boss likes to go old school. I'm okay with that. I used to roll with him, and like Danoff used to have four newspapers up there on the dashboard.
You know.
Yeah, you always had something to read. It was beautiful. What about Moriarty Bloomfield? Do you like that too?
I really like Bloomfield. They have some guys, man. The quarterback's really good. He can throw it. He tends to, he's a slinger, so he'll throw an interception or two. But man, does he get it down the field! And they mix in the run nicely. Their defense is pretty solid. I like that team. I mean, that's an interesting classification because there's a couple of teams there that I've gotten to see a couple of times that are pretty solid. So we talked about Portales, Lovington, and now Bloomfield's pretty good the two times I've seen that.
All right, 2A's got a semifinals. It's JAL versus Eunice 1-4, and then Texaco versus Santa Rosa out in Santa Rosa. So the Lions will probably get a good crowd out there. I always loved going to games out in Santa Rosa. They were big over Loving last week, scored 56 points. Texaco scored 62. I got to believe they better make sure the bulbs are working on the scoreboard there.
Yeah, Texaco, Coach Gilbert there does a really, really nice job of mixing it up. It's not with Santa Rosa, you know what you're getting, right? They're just going to try to run it down your throat. They might throw the ball three times.
They still running that old wing T looking thing.
Oh yeah,
man.
They still do that.
Yeah.
But Texaco, I mean, they're pretty diverse. They're diversified offensively. They'll throw it a little bit. So that should be a close matchup. And those two teams are pretty familiar with each other. JAL and Eunice, that's a rivalry in name only right now because JAL is that good.
All right. Well, who's got a better Dairy Queen?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, that Tasty Freeze in Eunice is pretty good.
It is, huh? It's kind of world famous. I mean, it's got to be. I want to go down there and sign the wall. All right. What else am I missing? I'm looking at Socorro is the 1 seed in 3A, and Ruidoso is the number 2. I kind of like their paths to collide here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I agree. I think those two teams will play in the championship. Did want to talk a little bit of volleyball. We got some volleyball action this week on the NFHS network, and La Cueva's the odds-on favorite to finish up a perfect season. What Coach Archerbeck has done there at La Cueva, it is the volleyball dynasty. It is really, really something.
How do people watch it?
Just go to NFHS Network, and all that stuff will be there. You can search by state. You can search by school. You can go to the ProView Network's website as well, and we'll have links to individual games. But there'll be a lot going on this weekend. We'll have 8-man and 6-man championships to go with some volleyball, and then Friday night, I'll have Coach Rod Williams and I will have the La Cueva game at Wilson. So
pick up a newspaper while you're at it. I mean, it doesn't kill anybody.
I will.
Sit down, on the couch, get a cup of coffee, go old school, and just kind of, hold it in front of you, fold it back. Remember old school? Every once in a while, I think people need to pick up a newspaper.
I think Steve left one in my car. I'll have to check.
I promise he did. All right, man. Watch him over on ProView Networks, and we'll catch you next week. Have fun this week with it.
All right, be good. Thanks.
Appreciate you. Sebastian Noel, voice of the people. He knows his stuff, too, man. You can't slip something by him.
Oh, it's awesome.
I mean, what about that Santa Rosa Texaco game? Yep, nope, that's good. They both score. And I remember I used to do a lot of Santa Rosa stuff. When I was married, I had family in Santa Rosa. My in-laws, and so I would go out there at Channel 7. We did they ran that old wing tee, and you never knew where the ball was. You actually had it. When you shoot football, you tend to shoot it about 15 yards in front of it. When you shoot as a photographer from the sideline, a videographer. But for Santa Rosa, I would shoot from behind because there were like 3 fakes on every play. That way you could see where the ball was. It was easier to follow the football. You were just getting faked out all the time, watching ground level. From 15 yards out, it was hard to find the football. So I would shoot 15 yards behind and be able to see the football. It was just one of those odd, I don't know. So when you go out and shoot football next, you'll know that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I'm here for you. All right, when we come back, a couple of big names that, according to at least one report, may be heading to Live Golf. I mean, big names. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Kickstart the season with dreamy deals at the Black Friday sale. Get a king bed for a queen price.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From Garcia. Hi,
What?
Steph. Hi, Steph. So you get a greeting email right when you walk in the door.
She's a queen.
Oh, I understand that. I think we used to do the Humpty dance, play the Humpty dance.
Oh, really?
Stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the
Yeah.
image and the style that you used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Digital Underground, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll bring that.
But
You want to bring that back?
that was a
or-
Wednesday thing for a while.
And we hoe on Fridays?
Yeah, I mean we're still hoeing on Friday, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, look, A. Marie just came over to this side of the.
I'm
the
back.
glass.
I'm over here.
I don't know what
We're
the
full
hell.
of surprises
This
today.
is one of those days where it's like, I mean, what am I new? I can't. I have no idea what the hell's going on. No, seriously.
Steph, we couldn't get into computers. Like, we couldn't.
No idea what the hell's going on around here.
The other night, whenever I was doing the basketball game, my computers went down. I couldn't even record. Yeah,
Yeah.
it went crazy.
Yeah, no, there's been issues.
Wow.
But here
We're
we are
here.
up and running. All right, I promised you this story. Now, look, this is a report. And it was dated. What's today's date?
November 9th.
So I wonder about it because it was dated 2 days ago on the 7th on Golf Magic. But the report on Golf Magic says, you ready for this? Xander Schauffele.
What?
Patrick Cantlay.
No.
And another PGA Tour player to join LIV. It says Schauffele has signed a deal with LIV and will be a team captain of Torque GC going forward. Now, there's been nothing official, but this website, LIV Tracking, which has been pretty perfect on who's going over to LIV. It's not even a website; it's a Twitter handle at LIV Tracking. They've been perfect. So the account says it'll be Cantlay, Mito Pereira, and Joaquin Newman will be Torque GC along with Xander Schauffele. That they're going to have 60 players. Isn't LIV 48? Isn't that the whole kind of cute thing about LIV? It's
Yeah, but
40
now I guess.
or 54, whatever the number. 54, right?
54, yeah.
So Schauffele has been linked to this a lot, and earlier he spoke with them and said that basically he didn't feel that their business model was ready yet, and so at the time he said that it's not ready. But there's a lot of noise about Xander. He said, "My allegiance to the PGA Tour, my belief in the positive changes at the verge of being implemented at the PGA Tour, in particular when it comes to the shared properties of size overall, have never wavered." So he was pretty down and said the product over there wasn't good enough. I mean, look, there's always a lot of money. Look, Schauffele, Cantlay, that's big. If they go, according to, there's a bunch of reports out there that these are the names that are likely to join LIV: Schauffele, Cantlay, Hideki Matsuyama, Matt Kuchar, Mito Pereira, Sebastian Munoz, and Thomas Peters.
Those are names, Jeff. Those are names people
This is
recognize,
real.
whether you watch golf or not, and go get that guaranteed money.
I can't find a report, though, that's telling me that this, like outside that Golf Magic report, I can't find another report that's telling me that that's going to happen.
It's kind of like the rumor mill, and then one day it'll be like, he's making all this bank
And
with
they're like,
LIV Golf.
Told you. No, I mean, the big golf story in mainstream golf media is Rory and Tiger going to team up on December 10th. You going to watch that? Because I sure as hell will.
Yeah.
Tiger and Rory up against Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, 12 hole competition under the lights at Pelican Golf Club.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm in. Hundo.
That'll be what, a Friday night? No, it'll be a Saturday night. There'll be
I don't know. That's your bowl week.
But that's the week between the conference championships and bowl season. So there'll be college basketball and probably NFL that night. But they'll go at it. That's kind of cool.
That'll be fun.
All right, welcome over this side of the world, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Grady sent an email. He said the Lions are no joke, and he's not talking about the Detroit Lions, Avery. Santa Rosa Lions. He said, good call on Santa Rosa being a great football environment. Look out for Santa Rosa running back Andres Madrid. Kid has 6'8" size and speed. State runner-up in the 110-meter hurdles. Key member of the Hoop Squad. Exceptional all-around athlete. Young man's been giving us, I'm going to imagine us being Pecos, nightmares for years. See? People care about the high school stuff.
Oh, yeah. Especially Sebastian does such a great job.
I went out, and I haven't in the last few weeks, and I'm doing Global Basketball this Friday on the radio. But I went out to a lot of high school football early in the season. Really, really liked it. And I'll go out some more. All right. You want to reset when we come back?
Yes.
Go to the top.
I feel like we're settled.
Steph, we're not going to yell and well, maybe we will. Lobo fan was a little unsettled. They didn't win by enough over Southern Utah.
Yeah.
Not enough. It's the opening drive. Steph's over here. Thanks for extending your day. A. Marie's really over here, like she's on this side. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Dreamstyle Stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dreamstyle Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Big talk this morning has been Lobo basketball, and we kind of went through it. They play South Alabama. For thare of you who are joining us and weren't with us earlier, I just want to give you perspective on who the Lobos are playing, and I know that Southern Utah and South Alabama are not the biggest names, okay, but just for perspective, and because we're one game into the season, it's hard for me to go with this year's rankings. So the numbers I'm going to give you are the final net rankings for men's basketball from last year, okay? And I'm not going to overwhelm you with numbers, but I just want you to understand what's going on here. Lobos finished last season out of 350-something teams. They were 165 in net rankings, okay? The team that they beat the other day, Southern Utah, was 21-12 in the Big Sky. They're transferring over now. They're making the move over to the WAC. All right? 21-12. Lobos were 11-19. Lobos' net ranking was 165. Southern Utah was 164. That wasn't some cupcake patsy that just waltzed in here that you should have blown out of the building by 70 points. Okay? The team that's coming in here on Friday, South Alabama, who plays in the Sun Belt, was 17-12 last year. Again, you were 11-19. Your net ranking was 165. Theirs was 156. So you're playing teams that, according to the rest of the world, kind of look like you.
Absolutely.
And go out and beat them. Now, I think the Lobos are better. I'm going to tell you, Southern Utah and South Alabama both think that they got better. You know why? Because that's what you do in the offseason. You recruit and you work out and you get better. So with this whole why are we playing them thing, I wish we can put that to rest and enjoy a victory. Especially at this point in the season. Now, if you want to tell me if we hit January and their net ranking is 348 and you're 62, all right, then maybe next year you don't need to schedule them. All right, but honestly, these are games that kind of look like you. And everybody who wants to play Kansas and Duke and Carolina and UCLA and Arizona every day, using your same logic, why would they play you?
Could we use this in any sport, Jeff, though? Like, this happens in every sport.
Well, but I hear it. Yeah, we hear it about why the Lobos play Maine in football. And then you're looking at and Alabama's going to play the Citadel next week or whatever the hell they're going to play.
Do they want to play certain teams from, like, the business aspect for monies from universities, or do they just want to watch another team play that they know?
I think I think the latter. I think that there's this, and pardon my term, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful. I just think there's an arrogance that also is coupled with an ignorance amongst Lobo fans. I'm not telling you you're dumb or you're arrogant. I think in this context that there's an arrogance that somehow Lobo fan, we're better than that. We shouldn't have to play down to that. And because you don't know who they are, they can't be any good. And the bottom line is they're kind of right about where you are in the world right now.
And why don't you just focus on your team? Why are you focusing on the opposing team? Just embrace your team and enjoy the ride.
Now, we all want to see good games. We all look. I want to see,
and that was a good game.
Yep.
And they covered.
And they covered.
I won, by the way.
Yeah, and they covered. We all want to see UCLA come in here. I don't know what's happening, man. We all want to see Colorado come in here. Gonzaga. Yeah. It's not as easy. So all the emails, why are we playing Southern Utah? Why? I just, guys, who do you think you're going to play? How do you think this is something else? All right, Jason's in on this. Of course he is.
Oh, yes.
Says, good morning, OD. You asked for it. You got it. Toyota. Remember that? Yeah, I do. Do you remember that? That was that slogan. You asked for it. You got it. Toyota. No?
No.
All right, Jason, kind of give away his age a little bit. Why do Lobo fan Hammer? You remember that? I just called you Hammer. I can't even believe I just did that. Steph, you remember that?
No, I do not.
Yeah, that's interesting. All right, why do Lobo fans, he says, think they should not be playing Southern Utah? Here's the brutal truth. Lobo fan, though somewhat knowledgeable about basketball, the game, they are not knowledgeable about college basketball, the entity. Lobo fan is not a college basketball fan. They are Lobo fans. This is a fan base who believes that because a program plays in a conference they recognize, that team is good. Lobo fans still believes that teams want to play in the pit because it once hosted a championship. Here's a thought. No athlete who is currently playing was alive when that game took place. Heck, many college hoops coaches were barely alive when the game took place as well. By this logic, should kids be excited about playing in the Greensboro Arena, home of the UNC Greensboro Spartans, who hosted a championship in 1974? Ironically enough, with NC State winning it all that year. Should UNC Greensboro fan be complaining, why won't UNC or Duke play them at our place? Our building hosted a championship. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But that's Lobo basketball fan. Newsflash, no one cares about your NIT participant ribbon housing. $61 million monument to mediocrity spending. Average basketball history building, other than you and media members that want to prove that they care about college basketball when they do a game at UNM because they can't talk about actual on-court performance by the program. What would they say? UNM hasn't been to a tournament in 9 years. Only been to the tournament 15 times. Never been to a Sweet 16. Only goes to the postseason when player one turns off his PlayStation. And even then, it's the NIT. You are Montana with a nice building. Crimsonly, Jason. P.S. Jeff Santa Rosa runs the single wing for the record. Thank you. All right. Single wing. Appreciate that.
Jason never lets us down.
Well, look, I'm not here to rip on Lobo fan or the program. Okay? I'm not. And I do believe Richard's going to bring this thing back to a place where Lobo fan wants it to be. I really do. I think this is a really nice team that he's got. And I think Richard's the right guy. Look at the past decade of basketball. I mean, you are, who is it, Parcells who says you are what your record says you are? It was Bill Parcells, right? That's all. I'm not here to rip you. My whole point is, why are you ripping on anybody else? Jason just said you are Montana with a nice building. I've told you this for years. They're the best program in America that's never been to the Sweet 16. I don't even think it's arguable. It's the best basketball program in America that's never been to the Sweet 16.
I think that's fair.
I mean, I don't even think there's an argument. So the whole point, play who you play, respect your opponent, and take the positives out of what happened the other day. Because what happened the other day is you only turned the ball over 12 times. You got 24 and 23 points out of your two guards. Your bigs got their first taste of Lobo basketball, were in foul trouble, but played well. They'll get better. And you're going to get another big back, and you won your first game of the season, you're 1-0. And you won a close game, which, by the way, you're going to be playing in close games. Hello, Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What's happening?
Yeah. Hey, tomorrow night at the Outpost, we're going to be having the second Veterans Day game where the veterans play against the Blade Runners in sled hockey. And we're just trying to get the word out for, veterans that have been sitting at home to, there's a new, event that we got out there. We've been around for a little while, but disabled kids, we're just trying to get people out to play. Come out and see it tomorrow, take a look at it, and, help, support your veterans.
All right, so it's tomorrow night at the Outpost. What time?
Yeah, it'll be at 7 o'clock, but if there's, at 6 o'clock, we're going to show up, and, if people want to come downstairs and look at the sleds and everything else, if they have some disabled children and want to check it out, I'll be down there looking to do that, and, we're hoping to have some of the Tingley Hospital Foundation kids show up and, give that a look. And, we've been around for a little bit, but there's not a whole lot of people that know that sled hockey exists, and it's kind of a bummer because it's really one of the sports that almost everybody can play no matter what your disability is, and if you don't have a disability and you want to be competitive, we got guys out there that are 77 years old, and we got guys out there that are 15 and 12.
Love that.
So,
right,
male, female, it don't matter.
Do they have to sign up? Is there a website, or do they just show up at the Outpost at 6 o'clock tomorrow night?
If they come out to the Outpost tomorrow night, they can talk to us. Otherwise, every Monday and Thursday, we're out there at 7 o'clock, and they can come out any Monday or Thursday and check it out and, take a look at it and see what they, if they like it and come back. And, especially veterans, we'd like to get them off the couch. And, I mean, me personally, I've gone through cancer. I've had 40 surgeries, and I thought it was over. And this sport's the only thing that came out that was like, this is pretty cool. I mean, you can glide, you can float, and you get to play hockey. And, we get to play games like with the UNM. We played against them. We played against the, the team up here too. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, it's, we played the girls too, for fun. And
that's really cool. Well, Mike, so it's every Monday and Thursday out the Outpost. You can get out there, and it's going to be it's tomorrow night get out there at 6 o'clock. Thanks for your service, and I'm glad you found something that's got you going and gets you excited and gets you out there and keep doing what you do, and appreciate you letting us know.
All right. Thanks for your time, guys. And I hope anybody out there that's got somebody that just wants to do something, come on out and join us.
No, that's cool. Thank you, Mike. Be well.
Thanks, sir. All right. Bye.
That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Actually, that's really freaking cool. Tell you what, with the ice we've done up there, and what Stan Hubbard's done with that club, they
I gotta go to a game next season.
Well, it's right now. Like they're in season. Like
when it starts.
When hockey season started, kind of right around September. They're in season right now. No,
I need to be up with it.
I won. I probably share these with you. I told Addie just take them, but I won 8 tickets. What was I at? I was at the Visit Albuquerque event, and I won. I won the raffle.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah, so I got 8 tickets. Somebody else won the sweater, the jersey. It's really cool.
Oh man,
yeah, it's really cool. All right, 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. If for some reason you're still paying a toll on your phone bill, I mean, I don't even toll free. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalaBQ.com. JJ's not here, but you can send it and he'll find it when he gets back. Marie's in with me. We'll get through some more of this stuff. There's NFL news to tell you about as well, because there's always NFL news to tell you about. Marie's going to tell you about her team-in-law and how great a mess that is in Indianapolis. Business owners, you get it. Your computers, your network, your remote access are vital to how your business operates. And now hackers threaten everything about your business. ABQ IT provides state-of-the-art cybersecurity. More and more business owners now realize that's a necessary part of protecting their data. So ABQ IT created a business model that gives you peace of mind knowing your system's secure. They watch for any activity that's malicious. They protect your operation, keep it working efficiently. Best of all, they'll do it with only one predictable cost. There's no surprises. So do you get several bills now? One from your internet provider, one from your cybersecurity company, another when you buy new equipment. With ABQ IT, there's no hourly rate, no labor billing, no hidden fees, no out-of-scope charges. One rate predictable each month. It doesn't change. Business owners get a free assessment from ABQ IT, and don't worry about your computer problems again. ABQ IT is now the official IT provider of the New Mexico Raptors Hockey Club. Visit abq-it.com. That's ABQ-IT. That's ABQ-IT. ABQ-IT.com.
You got to love this.
So we approach the halfway point of the second half. Penny Hashigan's behind the defense now. A chance to knot this. It's a 2-goal game as Penny Hashigan gets a beauty from her sister Maddie Hashigan.
Well, here it's still 14-7, 3rd and 15. Montoya, it's just a draw. Stovall breaks one. He gets a block, and there it is, first down. How about Stovall? But I'll tell you what, it was the block of Makai Gonzalez that sprung that one free.
The stiffness in those balls they have today.
Pascal Bell's going to keep it. He sees a huge hole up the middle. Now he cuts to the sideline. He's got one more man to beat. Pascal Bell is going to go in for the touchdown. No, they marked him short.
For her team as she feeds that one.
Wow, great ball, Ed.
Savannah Sanchez, can she get number 2? She dishes it to Solis.
Unselfish. How unselfish was that play?
Amazing.
What a beautiful ball dished off for the guaranteed goal. I love it.
Got into him today and help these guys out.
He's out in motion at the top. They'll hand it up the middle instead. Huge hole. He's shot out of a cannon, and he is in. It's a touchdown for Andres Villalobos.
Castro, there's the screen. It's complete. Oh, he escapes the first tackler, breaks a tackle. Nothing but green, rumbling, stumbling. He could go all the way. That's Kenneth Size. Sizes up the end zone for 6. With the body language, Jackson went to the sideline and gave his coach a little bit of a handshake. Oh.
Interception right into the hands of Gabe Pino, and Pino's off to the races. It's a touchdown for Volcano Vista. It's a pick 6 for Pino. Score on a 47-yard run for Villalobos. The extra point was no good, and it's 14-6. Nashville. Byron Cooper alongside 30-yard line is where this one will start here. And he's going to keep it. This is Cordova looking for some room. Cordova's got some room. He cuts back up the middle. Can they chase him down? No. T-Sizzle is going to the house. It's a touchdown for Tristan Cordova.
Every time I say Cordova.
Lovington can be dangerous from here.
We'll see what they do. Lucas Contreras, he goes for goal, and he's got it. He's done that twice in his career, and this time it puts his team ahead on the Hope Christian Huskies.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
You recently went to Lambeau?
Yeah.
Even though you know it's a rival and I despise them, I still got to go and I can't wait.
Well, but just going to Lambeau's legit. Like just going
Historic.
with everything around Lambeau and just eating up the history that's around Lambeau Field. She's going to the game. Good for her. It's gonna be 35. She better bring a jacket. Actually, that's not that cold, is it?
No.
35.
No, not for up there.
All right. Bill said mediocrity. Don't know what's come over me. Jeff, first of all, Steph Cat is sounding good today.
Wow, Steph.
I've been asked why I don't chant mediocrity for Lobo football like I do for baseball. Fresno State is mediocre. Boise State is mediocre. Lobo football has to improve to get to the Bill point that I can refer to them as mediocre. Okay. Look, I get it, man. They've lost 5 in a row, 6 in a row. They're 2-7. I got it. It's not good. It's not even mediocre. You're right. You're absolutely right. Not sure what to tell you. You're right. Rod says, what's the over-under, Jefferson? On the first time we hear Lobo basketball say, we thought we scheduled well, but the opponents have let us down. I say January 15th. Again, inexact science. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I think that's part of it. How many people say, how many times have the Aggies told you over the last bunch of years, damn, the Lobos are bringing down our net ranking? We lost to New Mexico and they're 196 in our ranking. They're bringing us down. I mean, seriously, they're bringing down our strength of schedule. Yeah, that's happened too. Oh, you forgot about that. See? It's amazing. Gus wants to know what so Warren Schaefer got promoted.
Yes.
Isotopes manager. He's going to be in the big leagues.
Yeah, the Rockies. Their base coach.
Kind of cool, right?
It's awesome.
Yeah. Gus says, what did Vic Schaefer do to earn a promotion, Jeff? In his 2 seasons, Albuquerque's baseball team was 114 and 154.
Here we go.
They were the worst in the PCL. There's no like this show.
There's just no
Can we
positivity
rename this show
when
The
it comes
Morning
to
Downer?
local.
Yeah.
When it comes to local, this is more depressing than the news. I won't say that the news, but
Well, no, it's not that bad. And they were the worst of the PCL by 3 lengths in 2022. Glenn Allen Hill, which is grunt about developing players when asked about winning the few times he came on this award-winning show. But this year, when they made a big deal about the importance of winning, so the record was a huge disappointment. It's from Gus. Obviously, he developed players, Gus, and did enough to impress the staff at the big league level that they wanted him to be with the big league club. Like I don't know what he did. I mean, he developed players and did his job. He didn't win games. You're right. He was 100 and what did you tell me? 114 and 154. He's 40 games under 500. He's not going up there to manage. He's going up there to coach third base and wave dudes around and give signals.
and how about just congratulations?
Maybe he's really
This
good.
is his journey, and this is his journey, and this is how his career's evolved. Just be happy for the
No,
guy.
we can't be happy for people. You know better than being happy. We can't be happy for Lobo basketball for beating Southern Utah. We can't be happy for Warren Schaefer for getting a promotion going to the big leagues. It's not what we do around here. It's the crab mentality. You got to pull him right back into the bucket.
I don't like it.
Maybe he's really good at like flashing signs at third base, like the bunt sign, steal.
Yeah. I think a professional sports team, no matter whether they're winning or losing, I think they know what they're doing.
Now, some would say, what's there been to be positive about? Who's won around here? Well, you'll tell me United. They played 35 games, won 13 of them, had their best season ever, and went to the playoffs. Okay. You can talk. I mean, that was good. Ice Hopes were dead last again. Lobo football's lost 5 in a row. I got it. It's been a bummer. You can talk about that.
This show has won multiple awards many years in a row.
6 out of the last 7 years was one.
There you go.
Award-winning
And
radio.
you know what? Sometimes it starts off a little shaky, but guess what? We turn it around.
Boy, was it shaky, too. All right, let's ask A. Marie.
Oh, here we
I
go.
haven't even looked at this one yet. In their
I can't
final
wait.
5 seasons, which local team finished in their conference 4th, 6th, 5th, 4th, and 5th?
What? A local team?
Yeah, in their final 5 seasons, which local team finished in their conference 4th, 6th, 5th, 4th, and 5th?
The Dukes.
So
I don't know. I just threw out a random
that's
team.
good because that would be their final. Actually, I really like that. It was that very successful, it says in quotes, Lobo men's soccer program. First of all, I
Oh,
wonder,
this is what we're going back to.
yeah, he says, first of all, I wonder if those folks calling for the return of the program were even Lobo soccer fans, or is this just another excuse to pile on football? It's the latter. They weren't soccer fans. It's absolutely another reason to pile on football. Yeah, no, that's exactly what that is. I mean, I don't have
It's
the
a business too, guys. I don't know what
Nobody
you think what goes into building a university and teams and money and.
All right. Oh, look at I hadn't checked this in a while. Are you ready?
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right, text line's going. I went to the Lobo basketball game. Southern Utah was a damn good team. If you would have went to the game, you would have seen for yourself. They overcame a poor shooting night, which could be beneficial down the road. Thank you, 8573. 7512 says, unassumable within UNM basketball fandom is that hardcore UNM basketball fans have too high expectations that are unrealistic, wanting everything, and that UNM administration has too low expectations, taking whatever comes along, applying too little pressure on teams and coaches. A realistic expectation for both teams is to get UNM to the Sweet 16. Is it realistic to think that this program should be in the Sweet 16 every year?
No.
I think it's a realistic goal.
I like goal better than expectations. In life, you shouldn't have
100%.
expectations.
So for a program that's never been to the Sweet 16, who plays in a league where Nevada got there a few years ago, San Diego State has gotten there a few years ago, and it's been a minute since UNLV has. Give me another Mountain West team that did it. Now, it doesn't mean it shouldn't be done, and that shouldn't be the ceiling. But my point is, I think that having that as your expectation. Now, if you want to tell me getting to the postseason should be an expectation, okay. Getting to the NCAA tournament 3 out of 5 years as an expectation, okay. But I don't know where I think that the expectation should be the Sweet 16 every year. You're not Duke. With all due respect, you're not. But I'm more along the lines of where this emailer's or this texter's coming from than some of the why are we playing Southern Utah crap? What's a fair expectation every year? Postseason?
Yeah, I like postseason.
So that could be NIT. NCAA tournament 3 out of 5?
People probably won't be happy if they go to the NIT.
Well, it's going to be really interesting if this team goes, because this could be an NIT team this year. Okay, it could be. If they don't win their, let's see how it plays out. But there's a realistic chance. Would that be a step? I would tell you, hell yes, that's a step. From not being in the postseason in 9 years.
And give new coaches a couple seasons, man.
No, we don't do that.
That's my biggest thing too. I think about it. Look at the successful programs too, and like coaching turnover and like whatever. Like it's a lot to turn around a whole team in 2 years.
Yep. This one says, just for perspective, check out Texas Western UTEP schedule from 1965 that season. You play who's in front of you. Folks need to quit bitching about the schedule.
There we go.
Okay.
I like it.
Terry says, can you talk about high school playoff game ending early? I would like to know what happened. I'm not sure. Oh, there was a game that was called. We didn't get into that.
Because of weather?
No, I
Just
think it was a conduct thing.
Mm.
This one says, Jeff, you're so right on with these pretentious callers. That's why you're Sportscaster of the Year. You put everything into perspective. A. Marie has a great mentor. I don't know if that's me. You may have a great mentor, but I'm sure as hell ain't me.
Oh my gosh,
That
yes.
was
You
nice.
and
Thank
JJ are wonderful mentors to me since I've been back in the 505.
Well, that was nice. Thank you. I'm just trying. I listen to a lot of stuff, and you've worked with me for a long enough time now. I got my opinions. I look at things from a different perspective sometimes, and I somebody asked me, how do you do sports talk radio? Why do you do it the way you do it? I just try to look at things from a different angle than the way the majority of people are, and I try to look at it from as many perspectives as I can and gather as much information. And my other job has me certainly with another perspective, right, on college athletics. But I just want people to think a little bit. That's all. I just, instead of regurgitating opinions that you hear, hopefully I ask you to think. And all I'm doing on this thing is just because you don't know who Southern Utah or South Alabama is, think a little bit, learn a little bit about them.
Also, the weird thing is, like, you're like, okay, because so they assume that they are above the Lobos, but like when I'm a sports fan and I love my team, I'm like, oh yeah, this should be an easy dub. Like I'm excited. Like I'm excited about a win.
What if it's not an easy dub? You good with a hard fought dub?
Yes, absolutely.
What Herm Edwards say? What was his most famous thing? You play to win the game, right? And
people are doing that about my current NFL team right now.
Everybody's doing it about your team. Everybody's doing it about the Vikings.
They're being like Lobo fans. I'm like, okay, a win is a win.
I listened to it coming in this morning about how they only beat who they beat last week.
I'm like the Commanders.
They only beat Washington by 20-17, and Kirk isn't that good. And I'd rather have Daniel Jones, and
It's never happy. It's weird with certain fan bases. Like I'm like, okay, well.
Meanwhile, you're 7-1, and all the people are complaining and bitching are like 3-4, and yeah. No, I know. Yeah. I know. You play who's in front of you. And then you're going to get into league play, and you're going to tell me how crappy your league is and how can we lose to Fresno State or how can I, whatever. You take care of you. And I'll go back to the original premise. And it's a JJ thing, and I give him all the credit. But he's like, why are you even sports fans?
Yeah.
Like, if as sports fans, we spend way more time. If you're a fan of a team or teams, you spend way more time unhappy than happy. Because so rarely does that final game of the season end up the way you want it to end up, right? So rarely. And if you can't enjoy a victory or victories, man, what are you doing? Like, why do you spend so much time? Why do you wear that logo on your chest or your head? If you can't enjoy a couple of victories and realize my team's getting better, or if you've got every game's not good enough. Now, some aren't. Like, look, there's some times where it's disappointing and you're like, damn, we escaped. That wasn't one of them. That just wasn't one of them. But JJ says all the time, then why are you even a sports fan? Why do you listen to this format radio? And he's not wrong. I hope he's feeling better.
Me too.
All right. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Frank Reich evidently has spoken about getting
haven't
fired.
seen that yet.
Came out a couple hours ago. What Frank Reich opens up about his firing from the Indianapolis Colts. What did he have to say? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Did you know a fire department responds?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
The Sports Animal.
So I offer you stuff you can use throughout your life. I've offered you the term team-in-law.
Oh, people are loving it, Jeff, by the way.
Steph, you
on all my different podcasts, all the media platforms
you
I'm
use
on.
it? Yeah.
No, well, someone heard it because people, all the other podcasts and stuff I'm on
they're all
and
using
media
it.
platforms, they listen to our show, by the way. They're in Florida, Wisconsin, New York, all the other guys I work with.
I got you in Texas and California.
Just to let you know, they listen and they embrace the team-in-law.
That's beautiful. Steph, do you understand the team-in-law concept? Your significant
Yes,
other's team.
yes.
I mean, you take on.
You
their
got to
family.
marry in.
You got or be involved. I imagine.
Well, no, I support now. I watch a
Your
lot of
team-in-law.
Colts.
Now, who we spending Thanksgiving with? My team-in-law or your team?
Oh, yeah.
So your team-in-law is the Indianapolis Colts. and they changed coaches this week. Frank Reich was fired after 4+ seasons in Indianapolis. They've since hired Jeff Saturday, and they've become kind of the laughingstock right now. So Frank Reich spoke with CBS 4 in Indianapolis, quote, "It hurts to have it happen in the middle of the season, but I understand the business side of things. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Mr. Irsay, and I've come to trust his instincts and his knowledge of the game. I just know he's doing what he thinks is best for the team. I can live with that. I gave my heart and soul to the job, to the guys, to everything I did there. I didn't take anything for granted." End quote. It's very graceful. It's very gracious. That's very stand up. That's very, I wonder if that's how he's feeling, but that's really, really good public statement, no?
Yes.
He said he got the call. Yeah.
Not surprised.
No, that's a pretty classy dude.
Yeah.
He said he got the call about 10:45 Monday morning. Irsay called him. He was asked, Frank Reich was, did he see it coming? He didn't really say whether or not he saw it coming. But he said to fall short of the goals of winning a championship, started with a world championship, is very disappointing when you're the head coach. You have mixed emotions. You feel like, okay, there were different circumstances and dynamics and challenges that you face. But as a coach and as a player and as a competitor, you say that doesn't matter. We've still got to obtain our goals. When Mr. Irsay and Chris Ballard hired me, I had no misrepresentations. Those were the expectations. Okay. I think he's been very forthright. He didn't talk about Jeff Saturday or any of the guys that are coming in, and I'm glad they didn't ask him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think it's interesting. Are they just tanking?
Yes.
And like they have no. Because I look at Jeff Saturday.
I just can't believe though. We didn't think this was going to be any of us football fans in beginning of the season. Like this is a disaster.
All right. So what's in it for Jeff Saturday to take this job? I've been thinking about this a lot. Aside from what he's going to get paid, and I'm sure it's going to be handsome. Okay. So he's walking into a locker room with the guys who've been there all year that they're just going, who the hell are you? Guys who probably deserved the job more than him. Okay. I don't see a situation where he can be successful. It's not like he's taken over this great roster that can go 7-1, make a run to the playoffs and say, oh, Jeff Saturday saved it. He's our guy. Right. He hires a guy to call plays who's never done it before. He's got Sam Ehlinger at quarterback. I guess he could go back to old man Matt Ryan. Like, I'm looking at this. The more I thought about it yesterday, what's in it for him other than to say, I'm a head coach?
Yeah, I didn't understand, too, because he almost seemed surprised that Jim Irsay.
No doubt.
I mean, and I was like,